who am I, initiates a journey inward, exploring the nature of self. The inquiry transcends superficial identifiers, such as name and physical form. The exploration delves beyond the realm of thoughts and emotions to uncover deeper layers of identity. The quest for self-understanding involves discerning the transient from the essential aspects of being. True self-discovery requires introspection, inviting a deeper connection with one's inner essence. This process encourages a shift in perspective, moving from external definitions to internal awareness. Vedanta's historical roots lie in the quest for understanding human experience. Ancient manuscripts on palm leaves represent the origins of Vedanta. The study of Vedanta involves exploring the nature of reality and the self. Vedanta seeks to provide insights into the fundamental questions of existence. The core teachings of Vedanta are found within the Upanishads. Vedanta emphasizes the interconnectedness of all things. The scene is set in ancient India to provide context for the development of Vedanta. Vedanta emerged within the broader Vedic tradition. The Vedic tradition serves as the foundational context for understanding Vedanta's philosophical origins. Understanding the Vedic tradition is crucial for comprehending the historical and intellectual background of Vedanta. The Vedas are ancient sacred texts containing hymns, rituals, and cosmic speculations. The Vedas include a collection of hymns used in religious ceremonies and daily prayers. Vedic rituals were designed to please the gods and maintain cosmic order. Over time, Vedic thought shifted from pleasing gods to questioning the nature of reality. This transition marked a move towards deeper philosophical and metaphysical inquiries. The Upanishads form the philosophical essence of the Vedas. The Upanishads prioritize understanding the nature of reality. The focus shifts from ritualistic offerings and sacrifices to philosophical inquiry. This philosophical shift marks a profound evolution in Vedic thought. Tattvam asi translates to, "Thou art that," a core teaching. The teaching implies the individual self, Atman, is identical to the ultimate reality, Brahman. This concept emphasizes the inherent oneness of all existence. Understanding this truth leads to liberation from the cycle of suffering and illusion. Vedanta posits that the individual self is Atman. Atman is understood as the infinite and unchanging self. The core claim of Vedanta is the identity between the individual self and the universal self. This identity suggests a fundamental unity underlying apparent individuality. Realization of this identity leads to liberation from perceived limitations. Vedanta's central claim emphasizes the non-dual nature of reality. Man is understood as the individual, self, or soul. Brahman is the eternal, boundless consciousness. Atman is equated with Brahman. Brahman is the source of all existence. All beings can be visualized as individual waves, each unique in form and movement. Despite their differences, all waves are inherently part of the same, unified ocean. The ocean serves as a metaphor for the interconnectedness and unity of all existence. This illustrates the principle that diverse entities are fundamentally unified within a larger whole. Maya is defined as the illusion of separation experienced in the world. This illusion of separation is generated by the mind. The mind constructs a perceived reality that obscures the underlying unity. Understanding Maya involves recognizing the illusory nature of individual existence. The dissolution of the marketplace scene symbolizes the transcendence of illusion. Vedantic understanding facilitates the transcendence of illusion. Pure light represents the ultimate reality beyond illusion. The marketplace's transformation into light signifies the shift from perceived reality to ultimate truth. Illusion is a temporary state that can be overcome through knowledge and understanding. The dissolution into light represents the realization of non-duality. Vedanta philosophy does not deny the existence of the world. Instead, Vedanta encourages seeing through the world, understanding its underlying nature. This seeing through is analogous to a lucid dreamer being aware that they are dreaming. The lucid dreamer experiences the dream but understands its illusory nature. Similarly, Vedanta encourages experiencing the world while recognizing its ultimate reality. This recognition leads to a deeper understanding and liberation from illusion. The enlightened perspective recognizes the universe as an internal experience, not an external entity. Internalizing the universe implies that understanding and knowledge are derived from within oneself. This internalization shifts the focus from external observation to internal reflection and self-awareness. The universe within is a microcosm reflecting the macrocosm, suggesting interconnectedness and unity. Vedanta offers three distinct paths to achieve realization. Karma Yoga emphasizes selfless action and duty as a means to spiritual growth. Bhakti Yoga focuses on devotion and love towards a chosen deity or spiritual ideal. Jnana Yoga utilizes knowledge and wisdom to discern the true nature of reality. Each path, though distinct, leads to the same ultimate goal of self-realization in Vedanta. Shravana is defined as the process of listening to the truth. This truth is conveyed by a realized teacher. Listening to a realized teacher is essential for understanding the truth. Shravana emphasizes the importance of direct auditory reception of knowledge. The process of Shravana facilitates a deeper understanding and realization of truth. Manana involves deep contemplation to resolve doubts. The process of manana requires focused attention and critical thinking. Doubt is dispelled through rigorous examination and understanding. Effective manana leads to clarity and certainty. The ultimate goal of manana is to achieve a state of intellectual resolution. Nididhyasana involves sustained meditation until truth is experientially realized. The practice aims to transform intellectual understanding into a lived and embodied reality. Through consistent meditative practice, abstract concepts evolve into tangible, personal truths. Nididhyasana emphasizes the integration of knowledge into one's daily life and actions. The ultimate goal is to embody truth, making it an inseparable part of one's being. Meditation involves focused mental techniques to promote relaxation and mental clarity. Consistent meditation practice can lead to improved emotional regulation and stress reduction. Meditation techniques vary, including mindfulness, focused attention, and loving-kindness practices. The benefits of meditation are enhanced through regular and dedicated practice over time. Consistent practice leads to the dissolution of false identification with the body. Consistent practice leads to the dissolution of false identification with the mind. The illusion of a separate self diminishes through sustained effort. The consistent practice brings awareness to the true nature of reality. Fear manifests as a complex interwoven chain structure, visually representing its restrictive nature. Desire is depicted as a series of shimmering ethereal threads pulling in multiple directions, symbolizing its distracting influence. Ego appears as a reflective, distorted mirror, illustrating its illusory and self-centered nature. The dissolution of fear, desire, and ego is visualized as the gradual fading and breaking of these structures. Pure being is represented as a luminous, boundless space, symbolizing freedom and unconditioned existence. Liberation is visually represented by a warrior laying down his sword. A merchant smiling at a beggar symbolizes liberation from economic disparity. A mother watching her child with joy embodies liberation through familial love. These scenes collectively represent freedom from conflict, poverty, and emotional distress. Each act of liberation contributes to overall societal well-being and harmony. The visual narrative underscores the multifaceted nature of liberation and its positive impact. In Vedanta, liberation is understood as an immediate awakening, not a future destination. This awakening occurs in the present moment, emphasizing immediacy and direct experience. The concept of liberation involves a shift in perception and understanding. Vedanta emphasizes the realization of one's true nature in the here and now. Liberation is not about achieving something new, but recognizing what is already present. The present moment awakening transforms one's experience of reality. Vedanta's propagation is rooted in the contributions of key historical figures in ancient India. These figures played a crucial role in shaping and disseminating Vedanta's philosophical tenets. Their teachings and interpretations significantly influenced the development of Vedanta. The historical context provides a foundation for understanding the evolution and significance of Vedanta. Understanding these figures is essential for grasping the depth and complexity of Vedanta. Adi Shankaracharya was a key figure who propagated Vedanta across India. Shankaracharya's teachings revitalized and unified diverse philosophical traditions. His efforts ensured the widespread dissemination and preservation of Vedanta philosophy. Adi Shankaracharya's influence is still felt in contemporary Indian philosophy and spirituality. Shankaracharya established several mathas, monasteries, that served as centers of learning and dissemination. His commentaries on key Hindu scriptures provided foundational interpretations for future generations. Shankara engaged in intellectual debates with kings and scholars. These debates showcased Shankara's profound intellectual capabilities and sharp reasoning. The debates often involved complex philosophical concepts and interpretations of ancient texts. Shankara's arguments were structured to systematically dismantle opposing viewpoints. The debates served as a platform for Shankara to propagate his Advaita Vedanta philosophy. The outcomes of these debates solidified Shankara's reputation as a leading intellectual figure. Shankara's core teaching posits that Brahman is the only reality. The perceived world, or Jagan, is considered an illusion, mithya. The individual self, jiva, is ultimately identical to Brahma. This teaching emphasizes the non-dualistic nature of reality. Understanding this principle leads to liberation from suffering and ignorance. The realization of Brahman as the true self is the ultimate goal. Shankara traversed the Himalayan passes, symbolizing his relentless pursuit of knowledge and spiritual enlightenment. Shankara engaged in scholarly debates within palace courts, showcasing his intellectual prowess and philosophical arguments. Shankara meditated by serene rivers, reflecting his deep contemplation and spiritual connection with nature. The montage encapsulates Shankara's multifaceted journey, blending physical travel with intellectual and spiritual exploration. Vedanta's teachings were universally accessible, transcending social hierarchies. The philosophy of Vedanta was open to all, regardless of social status or background. Vedanta's inclusive nature fostered a sense of community and shared understanding. Historically, Vedanta provided a unifying philosophical framework for diverse communities. The teachings of Vedanta promoted equality by emphasizing the inherent spiritual worth of every individual. Vedanta's accessibility facilitated widespread adoption and integration into various aspects of life. Vedanta's core truth is rooted in the nature of consciousness itself. The essence of Vedanta transcends societal divisions, such as class, caste, and creed. Consciousness, as understood by Vedanta, is universally accessible, irrespective of social status. The universality of Vedanta lies in its focus on the inherent potential for enlightenment within every individual. Vedanta's principles offer a framework for navigating the complexities of modern life. Its teachings provide tools for managing stress and enhancing mental well-being in a fast-paced world. Vedanta encourages ethical decision-making and promotes a sense of interconnectedness in a globalized society. By fostering self-awareness and inner peace, Vedanta supports personal growth and resilience in the face of challenges. Vedanta presents a philosophical challenge to modern scientific disciplines. This challenge extends to fields such as artificial intelligence, questioning its fundamental principles. Neuroscience, with its focus on the physical brain, is also confronted by Vedanta's exploration of consciousness. Quantum physics, exploring the nature of reality, faces similar philosophical inquiries from Vedanta. The question remains whether consciousness can be fully explained by mathematical equations. The possibility of replicating consciousness within machines is a subject of ongoing debate. Reductionist approaches suggest consciousness is merely a complex computation. Alternative perspectives argue that subjective experience transcends purely physical explanations. Consciousness is the subjective awareness of internal and external existence. The search for meaning often involves exploring one's own consciousness. If an individual identifies as consciousness itself, the search for external meaning becomes unnecessary. Self-reflection involves examining one's thoughts, feelings, and motivations. Internal exploration can reveal inherent meaning and purpose within oneself. The realization that consciousness is the source of meaning can lead to a sense of peace and fulfillment. Skyscrapers represent modern civilization and its material achievements. The dissolving of skyscrapers symbolizes the transient nature of material existence. Ancient temples represent enduring spiritual wisdom and timeless values. The transition from temples to starlit space signifies the ultimate reality beyond form and time. Vedanta emphasizes the eternal and unchanging nature of the underlying reality. The individual is not merely a small, insignificant part of a larger whole. Each person contains the vastness and complexity of the entire universe within themselves. Self-reflection reveals that the individual embodies the same fundamental essence as the collective. Understanding this connection fosters a sense of unity and belonging within the larger world. Recognizing one's inherent wholeness promotes inner peace and a deeper understanding of existence. Sensory awareness involves focusing attention on the present moment through the senses. Observing one's hands encourages a connection to the physical body and the present experience. Listening to one's thoughts involves acknowledging mental activity without judgment. Feeling one's breath brings awareness to the body's natural rhythm and anchors attention in the present. Practicing sensory awareness cultivates mindfulness and reduces mental distractions. Inner awareness is the unchanging background to all experiences. This awareness remains constant regardless of the content of experience. Attention is directed to the stable, underlying awareness itself. The practice involves recognizing and resting in this fundamental awareness. The script identifies unchanging awareness as the true self. This true self is equated with Brahman, representing ultimate reality. Brahman is understood as infinite and boundless. Identification with Brahman leads to realization of one's true nature. Vedanta encourages direct personal realization of truth rather than passive acceptance. The invitation is to independently verify truth through individual experience and insight. Self-discovery is presented as the means to validate Vedanta's teachings. Truth is not merely told, but personally witnessed and understood. The video concludes with a fade to black, symbolizing the end of the visual narrative. A single, resonant Om sound signifies closure and promotes a sense of peace. The combination of visual darkness and auditory resonance creates a holistic sense of completion. This sensory experience aims to leave the viewer with a feeling of tranquility and resolution. The concluding sequence reinforces the theme of inner peace and mindful awareness. The Vedas are the oldest sacred texts of India. These texts contain hymns, rituals, and philosophical speculations. The Vedas form the foundation of Hinduism. They represent a cornerstone of ancient Indian spiritual and cultural heritage. The Upanishads are philosophical texts embedded within the Vedas. These texts delve into the fundamental nature of reality and the self. Introspection is a key method emphasized within the Upanishads. Spiritual knowledge is the ultimate goal of Upanishadic inquiry. The Upanishads provide insights into understanding the universe and one's place within it. Through self-knowledge, the Upanishads aim to guide individuals towards liberation and enlightenment. Atman refers to the individual self or soul. According to Vedānta, Atman is identical to Brahman. Brahman represents the ultimate reality. The concept of Atman emphasizes the inherent divinity within each individual. Understanding Atman leads to self-realization and liberation from suffering. Realizing the identity of Atman and Brahman is the ultimate goal of Vedanta philosophy. In Vedanta philosophy, Brahman is defined as the ultimate, unchanging reality. Brahman serves as the fundamental source of all existence. This ultimate reality is unchanging and eternal. Vedanta philosophy posits Brahman as the foundation of everything that exists. Maya is defined as the illusion that obscures the true nature of reality. Maya creates the perception of separation, leading to a sense of duality. The concept of Maya suggests that what is perceived is not necessarily what is real. Maya is often described as a veil that conceals the underlying unity of existence. Understanding Maya involves discerning the true nature of reality beyond superficial appearances. Overcoming Maya leads to the realization of interconnectedness and oneness. Vedanta emphasizes non-duality, Advaita, the absence of fundamental separation. Non-duality means there is no ultimate separation between the individual self, Man, and the ultimate reality, Brahman. The individual self, Atman, is not inherently different from the ultimate reality, Brahman. Understanding non-duality involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all existence. The realization of non-duality leads to a profound shift in perception and understanding. Non-duality suggests that the perceived divisions are illusory, not ultimately real. Shravana is the process of listening to teachings to gain initial knowledge of Vedanta. This involves listening to a realized teacher to ensure authenticity and clarity. Scriptures also serve as a source for Shravana, offering structured and time-tested wisdom. Shravana provides the foundational understanding necessary for further spiritual inquiry. The goal of Shravana is to build a solid base of knowledge before engaging in deeper contemplation. Manana involves contemplating and reflecting on teachings received through Shravana. The process of manana serves to remove doubts and deepen understanding of the teachings. Through manana, initial understanding gained from Shravana is solidified and internalized. Manana complements Shravana by fostering critical thinking and personal insight. Effective manana leads to a more profound and lasting comprehension of the subject matter. Nididhyasana involves meditating on the truth. This meditation continues until the truth becomes a direct, personal experience. The ultimate goal of Nididhyasana is realization. This process transforms intellectual knowledge into experiential wisdom. Nididhyasana bridges the gap between theoretical understanding and lived reality. Through sustained contemplation, the individual embodies the truth they seek. Ignorance of one's true nature, Brahman, initiates a causal chain. This ignorance leads to identification with the ego and body. Identification with the ego and body results in suffering. Suffering arises from attachment to the ego and body. Knowledge of one's true nature, as Brahman, is the initial step in the causal chain. Vedanta provides the means to acquire this knowledge of one's true nature. This knowledge leads to detachment from worldly attachments and suffering. Ultimately, detachment culminates in liberation and the realization of infinite consciousness. Self-inquiry is a countermeasure that involves directly questioning one's identity. The core question in self-inquiry is, who am I? Self-inquiry aims to disidentify from the ego. The ultimate goal of self-inquiry is to realize the true self, known as Atman. Through self-inquiry, one can transcend the limitations of the ego and connect with their essential nature. Meditation is a countermeasure that helps to quiet the mind. Through meditation, one can experience stillness and inner peace. Meditation facilitates the experience of Brahman within. The mind is quieted through focused attention and awareness. Stillness allows for a deeper connection to inner consciousness. Experiencing Brahman brings a sense of wholeness and unity. Vedanta posits that all beings are interconnected. This interconnectedness stems from a shared universal consciousness known as Brahman. Brahman is the underlying reality that permeates and unites all existence. The principle of unity of existence emphasizes the fundamental oneness of all things. Recognizing this unity can lead to a deeper understanding of oneself and the universe. This concept promotes compassion, empathy, and a sense of responsibility towards all beings. Tattvamasi translates to "Thou art that," representing a central tenet of Vedanta philosophy. This phrase asserts the fundamental identity between the individual self and the ultimate reality. Vedanta uses tattvamasi to convey the non-dual nature of existence. The teaching emphasizes that the perceived separation between self and reality is an illusion. Tattvamasi encourages self-realization through understanding one's true nature. Adi Shankaracharya was instrumental in propagating Advaita Vedanta. His efforts systematized the teachings of Advaita Vedanta, providing a coherent philosophical framework. Shankaracharya's work established Advaita Vedanta as a prominent school of thought in Indian philosophy. He played a crucial role in the widespread acceptance and influence of Advaita Vedanta. Vedanta's exploration of consciousness and reality holds relevance in modern scientific and philosophical discourse. The insights offered by Vedanta contribute to contemporary discussions across various fields of knowledge. Modern science and philosophy find common ground with Vedanta in the pursuit of understanding fundamental truths. Vedanta provides a framework for examining the nature of existence and the self, resonating with current intellectual inquiries. Recognizing the interconnectedness of all existence fosters compassion. Empathy arises from understanding the shared nature of life. Ethical behavior towards all beings stems from this unified perspective. A sense of unity promotes moral actions and reduces harm. Living ethically enhances well-being and creates a harmonious world. Vedanta's ultimate goal is self-realization. Self-realization involves the direct experience of one's true nature. One's true nature, according to Vedanta, is infinite consciousness, Brahman. This direct experience transcends ordinary perception.